Good morning, everybody. It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another test drive video in a very interesting 1984 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe. This one has the original 2.3 liter fuel injected 4-cylinder motor backed by the 5-speed manual transmission. All right, so again, we have a 1984 Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. This car, again, has the original. It's a 2.3 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine. They're fuel injected. At 10 pounds of boost, they make, I think it was 145 horsepower and 130 foot-pounds of torque. So they're definitely not race cars, but it does run well for what it is. Once you get in the boost, it actually does surprisingly pull the car down the road well. Other options that it has, you have your power steering with rack and pinion, and then power front disc brakes. This is a very interesting car. 18,000 original miles, and via the breakdown on the Elite Marty Reporter on all of the options, it is a one-of-one car. It's got some really interesting options, and it breaks down that it's buckets console, obviously being a turbo coupe, the 2.3 with the 5-speed. And then you have the flip-up sunroof. You got the Traveler's Assistant kit on the rear view mirror there. This one is a voice alert, like if you leave the key in, usually like you have a door buzzer. This one will actually say, it's got like words that it says like key and ignition, key alert, something like that. You have a 6-way power driver seat. Obviously heat and AC, all that stuff works. This has got like the Fox body style. Like if you go to the doctor, they do a blood pressure, they pump the little thing up. It's got the little lumbar pump on both seats. Factory radio, premium sound, and again, it's just an excellent driving car. It drives like a brand new car. Interior is freakishly clean. There are no issues. The seats are extremely comfortable. I take that back. There's like one little dark spot on the seat over there, but it is minimal at best. You have power windows, you have your power driver's seat, you have your power mirrors, you got your power locks, you have cruise, you have pretty much every option I think you could get on one of these. And again, the interior is freakishly clean. Couple items not working. The fuel gauge is pegged on full, so it probably needs a new sending unit in the tank. The little voltage light, it's not a gauge, it's just a voltage light. That little bulb on the dash is probably burnt out because the voltage light's not coming on. And I'm trying to remember what the other item was. If you go to my does it work section, at the end of my ad, it'll have a breakdown of the couple items that don't work. It was a short list. I think there was 3 or 4 little things, obviously the biggest one being the fuel gauge. But that's as simple as most likely doing a sending unit on it. That'll fix the fuel gauge, because again, it is pegged on full. I will also say the speedometer, anywhere past like 35-40 miles an hour, the speedometer starts making just a little bit of chatter, but it does work. The factory tach works. If I didn't mention it already, the heat and AC, all that stuff works. Just a really unique, interesting car. It's clean Carfax, have all kinds of paperwork for it. All right, we'll get on it here a little bit. Get off that gravel. It's got a cool little turbo light when it wants you to shift. And it's got a little red light if it says over boost. And again, it's not a slouch. It actually runs pretty good once it gets up into the boost. It actually has decent power. Yeah, it's kind of back on that speedo. Now we're doing about 70 miles an hour and I don't hear that speedo. So kind of in that 35 to that 50 mile an hour range, 55 mile an hour range. The speedo makes a little bit of chatter, but it's minimal. This one also has tilt, if I didn't say that, so it puts you in a real good driving position. Clutch feels excellent. On the underneath, it looks like a brand new car. The underneath is extremely clean. I found no rust issues, no real problems of any kind. A little bit of mild surface corrosion just from being driven 18,000 miles, but there's no issues on the bottom side. Inside the trunk is super clean. It's what you'd expect an 18,000 mile car to look like on the bottom. The exterior is the original paint. The pinstripe down both sides has a few like spots in the pinstripe where it's kind of come off a little bit. I'm sure you could get a new pinstripe for it. And then it's got a few little nicks and little scuffs and small little imperfections here and there kind of around the car. Same thing with the wheels. They have like just a little bit of corrosion on the wheels just from whatever. No curb rash, just kind of the material kind of coming undone a little bit on the wheels. If you check the additional infos tab on my website below every vehicle, you'll see those photos. It'll also have the Carfax photos of all the motor numbers, pictures of all the additional paperwork we have, and we have a bunch of original paperwork for this car, which is really cool. And again, this is the first one of these that I have ever actually owned, and I've actually been impressed with how it drives. It's just a very interesting, unique car from the early 80s, from the Ford platform. Glass is excellent. Again, you have your flip-up sunroof, which is a rare option on these. You have your power windows, you have your power locks, all that stuff works. Back glass is great. It is a rear defrost, if I'm not mistaken. It's got the lines on it. I'm just trying to see if whether there's the rear defrost. I might be lying to you, but I think it is a rear defrost. Oh, no, that's your fog lights. That was the other thing. I'm sorry for bouncing all over the place. The factory fog lights aren't coming on. There's the switch down there, but the fog lights themselves weren't coming on. Let's see here. Yeah, it's got the defrost, heat AC, there it is, the rear defrost right there. Suspension is all stock style equipment, performs excellent. Again, if you wanted to, you could drive this thing across the country. It's a very comfortable ride. I feel like I'm sitting, I think they basically are, the Fox body style seat, are very similar. They mimic the Fox body style seat, and they're very comfortable. This one being the 6-way power adjustable. Actually, I think it might be more than that. You got front, back. No, it is 6-way. You got your 6-way power adjustable seat there. You can get really comfortable in the seat. You got your lumbar. You can adjust that. The front lower portion of it, you can go forward and back. You can move the whole seat forward and back. So you can definitely get into a comfortable position while driving this, no matter what size of person you are. Again, just a really cool, interesting car. A little 2.3 liter fuel injected turbo. Lower RPMs, doesn't have a lot of power, but once that turbo kicks on, it starts pulling pretty good. The little motor sounds pretty good. And I just think it's cool that it's a 5-speed car. So overall feel, for my first experience with a turbo coupe or a Thunderbird of this era, definitely a cool little car. Love all of the really rare, cool options. If you're into the kind of the 80s electronic stuff, this has got all of the cool options that you could have got on one. Being a 5-speed factory sunroof car, and just really clean 18,000 mile car. If you're looking for one of these, I think you'd be hard pressed to find one that's optioned up like this and as clean front to back. If you're going to complain about anything, the original paint, like I mentioned before, has got some touch-ups and a little bit of oxidation in some areas, but it still presents well and it shows nice. And I did forget to mention it has a brand new set of tires front to back, so you're ready to go there. Right. And as always, appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything else that you want to see, have comments, concerns, questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to get updates on all of our new content we're putting out daily. Check us out at PCClassicCars.com, and I'll see you guys on my next test drive video. Thanks again for watching.